Alrighty, hello and welcome to round 2 of season 2 of the Revolution Cup. Today we will be at Monza, commonly known or fully known as the Autodromo della Nazionale di Monza. So this will be a 1+27 lap race. That one will be a formation lap. You can see the tonight's schedule up here in front of you. This is UTC, so Universally Coordinated Time. If you're in the UK at the moment, then that's an hour ahead of you. But daylight savings, you'll work it out. So 10 minutes from now will be the race. But now this is well, I say that 10 minutes. We've actually had a delay due to TeamSpeak problems. 15 minutes from now will be the race, and then yeah, that will be the race. So 7:05, so 5-minute delay, and then we'll be on the way. So we will hop in now. Let's have a look at everyone in. We have a pretty big field tonight. That's 23 cars, minusing myself. Everyone is just checking their controls at the moment, so nothing happening right now. But when we do get into the quali, we will be following everything that we can. I am your host as always. I am Hobnob. Feel free to leave any comments or anything in the chat box. I will try and get to them when I can. And yes, we will be covering the entirety of the race tonight. Should be a good one. So, here we have the current driver table. So this is taking in the results of last week's event at Zhuhai. And you can see here just everyone's points and how everyone is doing. So, Project PD currently in the lead with Moby Dick Racing. You'll see at the moment you have the Pro and the AM symbols there. Every team has one Pro and one AM driver. That is designated by a team time trial beforehand. And that designates who's Pro and who's AM. And then from there, they get into the teams that they are in now. I won't bother reading out all the teams because you can see them right in front of you. And you can see the positions under the first bit and then the points under the second. Those points are not necessarily entirely to what they are in the race, because there are separate points to that. There's 1 point for getting pole position in qualifying and another point for getting fastest lap of the race. So I'll scroll down here for you and you can see the driver and team championship here. So we have the teams on the right. And that is how everyone is doing after that first round at Zhuhai last week. Here we have the full results of Zhuhai. This is the qualifying sessions as well, I believe. Yep, so that should be qualifying on the left and the race on the right. And you see how everyone has done there. That's the schedule again. Here's the calendar of the season so far. So we've had race 1 again, Zhuhai. Race 2, that's today, Monza GP. We're going to have a 1-week break, so no race next week. And then after that, 5th of June, Zolder. And that's going to be a fun one as well, because that will be in the rain. And after that, Bathurst, then another break. And then we'll round off the season with Brands Hatch GP and Spa. So, back in the game, everyone is still just checking their controls at the moment and just joining in. Yeah, everything's looking good for the moment. Here are the lobby settings that will be available to these drivers. In case you weren't aware already, they will be driving the Caterham SP-300R. That is a prototype sort of LMP. Well, not quite LMP because it's not Le Mans, but it's a prototype along that vein from Caterham. Pretty nippy little thing. We're expecting lap times around the 1:37 range today, with a Sector 1 time of about 34 seconds and a Sector 2 time of about 35 seconds. So when we're in qualifying, we will be able to get an idea of how people are doing based on those. So it sounds like there are some minor server issues going on at the moment. Short delay, probably nothing major. So we'll take you through the track while we're here. This is, of course, the famous Autodromo di Nazionale in Monza, and it's a fairly long track in terms of the calendar available to us. So down the long first straight we have braking into Rettifilo. That is a very, very tight chicane. It's actually the tightest chicane on the track, and one of, if not the most, the tightest chicane in the whole of the calendar for this Revolution Cup. So that is first gear, maybe second gear, depending on how they wish to do that. Very, very tight chicane. After that, it's a very, very open right-hander known as Curva Grande. Flat out, nothing to worry about there, no braking necessary at all. After that, you're braking down to second gear for Variante della Roggia. That is a second gear corner again. That is a left and then a right. There's going to be some issues with people going wide on the exit of that one because it is quite difficult to get right in terms of exit traction. It's very easy to get overconfident. And then after that, here's our qualifying session started. And already we have guys leaving the pits. They are very eager to get going. So, after Variante della Roggia is the two Lesmos. So Lesmo 1, Lesmo 2. Lesmo 1 is a very long corner compared to Lesmo 2. It's sort of third gear. It's a right-hander again. And then Lesmo 2 is also a right-hander, but that's a very, very short right-hander. It's just it's like an extended kink almost. After that, they call it Curva del Seraglio. Wow, my Italian is very bad today, I'm very sorry. Curva del Seraglio. It's not really a corner, it's just a straight with a slight bend in it. After that, Ascari, everyone knows Ascari, very, very quick chicane. And then back straight, and then Curva Parabolica, which is the final corner, which leads you out onto the main straight. So, we're having a look at Blue Monkey now. He has just gone through Variante della Roggia. He's now into Lesmo 1. So, again, that sort of longer radius right-hand corner. This is Lesmo 2. Again, just a quick kink. You'll be just stabbing the brakes for just an instant here, pitching it in, and, well, hoping that your car makes it. This is Curva del Seraglio. Again, not really a corner, but, you know, they're ambitious. They named it anyway. This is braking into Ascari now, so very quick left. Oh, messed that up. Cold tires. Long right, and then another quick left again. Now he's on the back straight. Weaving left and right. Just trying to get those tyres warmed up. I'll be braking into Parabolica very soon. Most likely that second brake marker. There goes the lights. Pitching it in. He'll be trying to get as good an exit as possible. And out onto the main straight. So, these cars do have KERS. They have a 10-shot electric boost system. And that is throughout the race, and that cannot be replenished via pit stops. That is 10 shots, and then you're done. Monkey there has overshot that turn 1. Bit unfortunate for him. He'll lose the lap, lose the time. And it's the same for practice sessions. You can respawn in the pit box to get those. Excuse me. You can respawn in the pit box to get those boosts back, but you can't like drive through the pits to get them or anything. And there's no way of replenishing them in the qualifying session without actually respawning the car. So that was the reason for the people sort of doing 1-2 lap bursts last time, and I dare say we'll be seeing that again this time. So we might have cars put in times very soon. We might have some cars on the back straight. Yep, here we go. There's Today, otherwise known as Manu, because I always get his name wrong. I might as well start that trend right now. He's going to cross the start-finish line. Nope, that was his outlap. So, we're going to start getting times from someone. I wonder who. Okay, we've got some sectors in. I wonder if the outlap wasn't counting or something. Anyway, we're getting some sector times in now. So lowest so far is a 34.0. That's from Pamela. He's actually been having some technical issues, so we'll see if he can actually keep up that streak. He's put a time in now of 1:38.1. That is actually a very good base lap, and as I said, he has now gone straight back into the pits and out again, so he likely used up all of his boost for that lap, hence why it was so quick. This track does have a lot of straights, obviously. So we are expecting to see 137s, and just as I say that, Geo VTech pops in with a 1:37.6. Very nice time from him. So roundabout on track at the moment. He's just gone for an outlap. Pam, he'll be on his outlap as well. We'll look at Thomas Shikora then, because he's just put in his sector 1. We're looking at the red, white and blue car there. He goes down Seraglio. Into Ascari now. His sector 2 time will be popping up shortly. That is a 34.9. That is actually a pretty damn good sector 2 time. We're going to keep an eye on Thomas Shikora, because I have a feeling this might be a 37. Either that or a low 38. I definitely think this might be a good one. Very good line through Parabolica there, looking nice and clean. I don't actually know who that is in front of him. That is Mohamed El Guerreri. So it looks like Thomas Shikora has got the draft off of him, and there it is. It's a low 38, 38.36. That puts him into 5th place, and there he goes back into the pits. Today, now on his flying lap, putting in a sector time of 33.8. That's actually the quickest I have seen in all of the practice session, but unfortunately, out of Lesmo 2, he loses it through there, and he will lose time as a result of that. I don't think he's going to make an improvement on his time there. That is unfortunate though, because that was a good sector time. Looking a bit further down the field, we have Battenberg just going through Parabolica. He's currently sitting on a 1:39.8 in 14th place, but I dare say he'll get better than that. Maybe a high 38? Oh, high 37. Very, very nice from Battenberg. That puts him into 3rd place. Really solid positioning there from him. And he spears down the escape road to respawn into the pits and get that KERS boost back. Off right now with a 33.6 sector 1 time. Again, setting all the records here. So that is the new fastest that I've seen in this session. Looking good as he comes down the back straight. Gone out onto Parabolica, not quite nicking that curb, so he'll be aiming for that top speed down the start finish straight. He's already in P1. And that is not an improvement on his last lap. That was a 1:36.9, so 0.2 down on his best. But he is still P1, so good for him. Have a look at Ramibu now with 33.8. And Project PD as well with 33.5 sector 1 time. We'll keep an eye on him. Coming up into Ascari, looking very composed there. Brilliant line through Ascari. Oh, heavy on that curb though. Doesn't look to have affected him too badly. Braking down to Parabolica, late braking point there. Looks like he didn't quite get the apex either. However, his exit is pretty good. Yep, looking good there. I'm not sure that's going to beat a 1:37. His sector 2 times at 34.4, which is very good. And sure enough, that is a 1:36.71. That puts him into P2. And that's actually pushed Battenberg down to P7. He's been falling fast from that initial P3. Ramibu currently sitting at the top with a 1:36.5. Looking good for him. Now, I heard rumblings in the drivers' rooms earlier that they might be expecting to see a 135. Now, I think that's very, very ambitious, considering that would be an extra half second. I think that's very ambitious, but if we get it, you'll see it. Trabu in the garage right now. Let's see, we have 6 minutes remaining. So he might be happy to sit on that time. It is a very, very quick time, 1:36.5, but I don't know. Maybe he's just doing setup. Project PD now. I'm not sure if this is a flying lap or not. We'll keep an eye out for his sector 1 time as he passes through that beam. Ooh, not good there. So he had a big moment of oversteer through that chicane. Into Les Mode 1. Hasn't tripped sector 1 beam yet, so I don't think this is his flying lap, which means he is okay. And that would also mean that his oversteering moment there was likely from cold brakes. Cold tyres, well, and brakes. Conor McCoy though, we'll keep an eye on him. He's just put in a sector 1 of 34.6. Not too shabby. See how he does. Conor McCoy, bit of a dark night in this series. He has been doing very, very well on pace so far. Also did well in last season, season 1, in the back mono. Solid line through Ascari there. He'll be getting all the speed he can get through the back straight. Probably using all his boost while he's at it. Braking down to Parabolica. Looks like he just about got the apex there. He'll be flat on the throttle as much as he can. Oh, he is going wide though. That might have compromised his line. He might have lost a bit of time from that. Still though, getting all the speed he can down into the start-finish line. And it is not good enough. That is a 38.6. Which is 1.5 seconds down, unless I've done my maths wrong. Yep, no, it's 1.5 seconds down. Near enough. So, not Conor McCoy's best lap, but still, he's in 4th place. Not bad at all. Ramibu has gone back out. So, he's just on his out lap at the moment in that United Kingdom car. So just under 4 minutes remaining now. We're seeing the guys put in their last laps with a 1 minute 30 odd lap time. So this is about the kind of point where you want to be out on the track. Because if you're in the pits now, then you are starting to cut it a little bit close if you get any sort of traffic in your out lap. So this is the time when you want to be out. And pretty much everyone is out right now, apart from a few outliers. Hey, we have a new 1st place, if I can get to that. That is Esport UK with a 1:35.8. Well, they said it, and you got it. That is the first 1:35 that we have seen on this car on this track. And that is from Esport UK with a 1:35.8. Ramibu though, we'll see if he has anything to answer for that. First sector time of a 34.4 second. Honestly, not really good enough, but we'll see if he can pull it out the bag. Coming in through the Lesmos now. Line's a little bit wide. He's in the gravel. He's in the wall. That is unfortunate. That curbing on Lesmo 2, that can be very, very bouncy. And if you're trying to get that throttle traction and you end up on that curb, bad signs. Just very bad signs sometimes. So, looks like Ramibu will not be able to challenge for that spot now. Esport UK, he's just leaving the pits. He doesn't have time for a flying lap, but he is going to get that practice in. Personally, I don't blame him. We do have some sectors coming in, not from Ramibu. That is a false one. Conor McCoy, however, is looking good through Lesmo 2. That was a perfect line. That was just the amount of curbing you want, not too much. Looking good down into Ascari. Good clips through a sky. We'll see how he gets the final one. Yep, that looks like he's got enough exit speed there for a good exit out onto the back straight. He'll be trying to brake as late as possible into Parabolica. So hopefully just after that second to last brake marker, there it is. We turn it in, hoping for the apex. I think he just about got it. It's a good exit. Well, it's a fairly good exit. I think he might have compromised a little bit too much corner speed going into that. He's sitting on 136.5 at the moment in 4th place. He does not improve. That is a 137 point dead. So 0.5 a second down on his previous time. He will have to live with 4th place. Puff Pirate has moved up into 2nd, pushing Ramiboo down into 3rd. So Ramiboo, well, he sat on that time for a little while, a couple minutes, and maybe he needed to stay on it. So Puff Pirate now with a 136.2. He's 0.4 of a second down on Spark UK, but Spark UK with the only 135 we have seen so far. Pretty much everyone is in the garage at the moment. Maribou is not on a valid lap, neither is Conor McCoy. Well, he doesn't have time. Project PD, nope. Miyagi, nope. Miyagi is actually our guest driver today, so he will not be competing for points. However, he will be racing. This is your lineup for today. I will not read it all out because, well, hey, I will not read it all out because, well, that would be a lot to read and you would be bored of me. So this is the entire lineup for today.
Forget about qualifying now. All that matters is the start.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. I will indeed forget about qualifying.
Green, green, green.
Okay, so the guys will be doing their own formation lap. We will be retiring to the pit box and spectating from there. Okay. Okay, so we're going to watch from Espart's point of view, and we are actually going to, well, we'll see who we can bring in for a quick little interview.
User was moved to your
Hello,
channel.
Manu.
Hello, Ops.
Hello. So, where are you sitting at the moment? You're sitting in P6, so what's the plan?
Yeah, it was a tough qualifying. Lost a couple of tenths in Ascari. Should have been more on the top. The plan, I don't know, overtake as much as possible.
Are you looking to go in turn 1, or?
Turn 1 will be terrific. I hope we just don't crash into each other.
Yeah.
And after that, I think I've got the pace.
Okay. Any strategy plan?
What do you say?
Any strategy plan?
I don't know. It really depends. Maybe the undercut, depending on the people in front of me.
Okay.
Maybe going later to the box. The tires are fine.
Alright.
Yeah, we'll have a look.
Cool. Well, thank you for talking, Manu. I'll let you get back to it.
All right, many thanks.
User was moved out of your channel.
Alright, so Manu there, hoping for an undercut and hoping to survive turn 1. I don't blame him. So we're looking down the field here, everyone weaving left and right just to warm their tyres. They will be going into 2x2 formation down the back straight. So, Spark UK now. He has already got a point. Just for getting pole position, he's already got a point for that. If he keeps this pace up, you can see the guys are just starting to go into 2x2 now. If he can keep that pace up and still get the only 35, the 1 minute 35 that he got in the qualifying session, then he will get another point just for getting fastest lap of the race. I seem to have some issues here. Who is this? Oh, okay. Puff Pirate was knew that he was going to the left, but Espart wasn't going to the right. Fair enough. I will sort it out now. So when they go across the start-finish line, the green will be called and they will be going. So we're actually going to watch a little bit further back. We're going to stay with Ramiboo here, just so that we don't miss out on the rear of the field. And everyone is a go for race 2. Aha, I missed the start line. Now everyone's a go for race 2, season 2 of the Revolution Cup at Monza. So everyone's spearing down to turn 1 now. Raribu on the far right hand side decides to back out of it, or still has to clatter that curb to get through it though. Everyone looks like they've gotten through. We'll have a quick look further back in the field. Yep, looking good for everyone. Yep, everyone has made it through turn 1 perfectly. Good job, lads. So we'll have a quick look up the top. Espot UK, he is now in the lead, but not by a lot. He's certainly not running away like we saw Puff. I just saw someone go off there. Who was that? Ah, too many names. We will find out who that was though. So today up in 4th place, started in 6th, so he's made up 2 positions already. Looks like Rillo was one of the cars off, and I think Miyagi might have been one of the others. So we'll have a quick look up top again. Espot UK still in 1st place, holding that down. Puff Pirate right behind him though. Now just a reminder for you guys, they do have 10 of those curse boosts available, and only 10. They cannot replenish those during pit stops. They don't have braking regeneration or anything like that, so they will have to be very strategic about them, especially on a track with such long straights like this. But it does look like Espot UK is holding off Puff Pirate for the moment, so we'll go a bit further back and we will look at this battle here for 3rd place. Project PD is on the right side of today. Today now in 5th place, he has been pushed back by Project PD. Project PD staying on the right hand side. He's behind Conor McCoy. He actually goes left, splits the difference. Project PD now on the left hand side beats Conor McCoy into braking. He's going to go around the outside. He tried, but he wasn't quite successful. Manny tries to go around the outside. That's today trying to go around the outside of this second part of the chicane. He does it. So down to Curva Grande, it will be today in P4 and Project PD in P5, with Conor McCoy retaining that position in P3. Down further in the field, we have a cluster of cars here, all from P6 to P13. As we see P13 spin. That was a bad place to spin there, Thomas Shikora. Has everyone gotten through that okay? Yes. Well, looks good there. Yep, he has rejoined, but that was a very unfortunate spin for him. That looked like under braking, so he went from P13 to P21 for Thomas Shikora. Unfortunate, especially at this early stage in the race. However, there are still 26 laps remaining, so he can get that back. A bit further up in the field, we have Pamela alongside Stolnikas there. So Pamela on the right hand side, they'll be going into Ascari. He'll be at a disadvantage. Yep, he loses 1, he loses 2, he's about to lose 3 positions. There he goes. That not a great call there from Pamela. He was on the outside of the first part of Ascari and he got left in the dirt. However, he's going to go to the outside of Parabolica around Rick Grimes. He's going to hope to get it done before braking. Yeah, he does it. Fair play to him. So he's back up into P20. He's going to hope and get as good as exit as possible just to stay in that slipstream from Thomas Shikora and Stolnikas. No, he isn't. Pamela for his first pit stop. There's actually a... That's interesting. That's very, very interesting. I wonder if he has damage, maybe. Yeah, well, also Project PD for an early pit stop. So I wonder if his damage... I don't see any damage on him, so, well, we'll see. But, yeah, very, very interesting early strategy call there from him. I wonder if it is an early strategy call, come to think of it, because there is a mandatory pit stop, and you do have to change your tyres. You don't have to put in fuel. So maybe they're opting to do it early, and they're just going to hope that their tyres last the whole race. It's possible. Further up the straight there, you saw Puff Pirate and Espot UK. They're still holding station in P1 and P2. Now, I know they do have the same stripes on them. However, I do believe... Well, I know they are in different teams because Puffy is in... I can't remember the actual name of it, but I keep thinking of it because it's Puff Pirate and Geo VTech. and so I keep thinking that their team name is Puff Puff Pass, which is something that I cannot get out of my head, and it's not their actual team name, but I keep thinking of it. So Puff Pirate is in a team with GOVTech. Where is GOVTech? GOVTech down in P22 at the moment. So, well, you know, unfortunate, but at least Puff is chilling out in second position at the moment on the attack on Espart UK. Flying Cayman looking like they're in a big battle here from P12 to P15, that looks like. Flying Cayman trying to go around the outside on the chicane, gets the inside for the next bit, so he keeps his position as they pass Mohamed El Guerreri in, well, now in P15. He was definitely not P15 to begin with there, he went off in that chicane. So P12, Fubi, 13 Flying Cayman, and P14 is Invincible. Invincible trying to fill the mirror of the Cayman there, as we see Relo. He has spun under braking in that first part of that chicane. Not in the way though, so that is fortunate for, well, for everyone really. Cayman looking good through that Lesmo, maybe a little bit of a moment there, but he's still chasing down Fubi. Alright, looks like they've got a good train going. So, here is today Manu. He's currently sitting in 4th place behind Colonel McCoy. So that is Colonel McCoy in that red and yellow car. Fair distance between them at the moment. And we have a change of lead. I wonder how that happened. So now Puff Pirate is in the lead. Espart UK is still right behind him, so not a spin. Not a big one, definitely. But maybe a half spin, maybe instant on a curb, maybe. Well, don't know. But facts are facts. Puff Pirate is now in 1st place. His teammate, GOVTech, has moved up into P21 from 22. Pamela, with that early strategy call, still in P22. So, it might be the undercut of the century, or it might be Pam being a bit of a moron. We'll find out, definitely. But, I don't know. It is a very, very early pit stop. And Project PD also did the same thing, because we saw him actually pass Pam in the pit. He is now P18. He is ahead of Blue Monkey, I believe. Yep. There's Blue Monkey. Yep, there we go. Lots of empty track there for Blue Monkey. He'll be just trying to get some laps in. Rabu looking good. That'll be Invincible behind it most likely. Yep, there it is. Stolnikas was... Ooh, as we see Stolnikas go off on the exit of Lesmos. So probably on that curving again, bouncing around a bit too much. With Fubi up ahead of him. That'll be Mohamed El Guerreri in front of him, going through Ascari. Looking good for him. Further up the field we have Miyagi, our guest driver. He's just coming out of Parabolica at the moment. So as a guest driver, obviously welcome to compete. However, he will not be scoring any points for any teams this race. Mostly because he has study commitments and such like. Behind him we see Battenberg being harassed by Potato John. So Potato John hoping to get that exit onto Curva Grande. Looks like he has actually got a pretty decent exit, but I'm not sure if it's good enough to have a chance under braking. Battenberg goes defensive. And yeah, Potato John not close enough for a move there. Further down the field again, we have Ramibu. Ramibu is looking good. Invincible behind him, also looking absolutely fine. A bit further down the field, Project PD is still on P18. He'll be trying to make his way up. But, well, I say he'll be trying to make his way up. He probably won't be too fussed at the moment because he did have that early pit stop. So he will just be waiting for the field to pit in front of him. Pamela P21. And Cayman in P22, Flying Cayman. Now, that is the kind of gap that you can only really... Because I think he was top 10 before this, and now he's P22. So that's very, very long way for his spin. I think he's done the same as Pam. I think he's made a very, very early pit stop. He's gone for that undercut. So, up in the lead, Esbart is in P4. That is exceptionally interesting. So, today, Manu, that's Esbart UK in the background with the orange stripes on the white car there. And today is in P3. P2, Colonel McCoy, the Dark Knight of the series once again, with that blistering pace that no one expects. Dipping the wheel in the dirt there, he got it up on the curb just a little bit, he'll be okay. Puff Pirate going through a Lesmo 2, and Colonel McCoy just coming out of Lesmo 1, so there is a fair gap between them. That is today behind Colonel McCoy in the black and purple car though, or black and pink car. So he will be hunting him down. Esbart UK though, back into 4th place. That is very, very interesting. We did have an instance last week of, I can't remember who, but it was the same thing. I think it was actually Puff Pirate this time, who he spent all of his energy, well not his energy, but he used up all his tyres and used up all his pace in the first few laps of the race, and then after that he had nothing left. The car was basically done at that point. It wasn't happy. He wasn't consistent enough for him, and he did fall back through the field. So I wonder if that's what we're seeing here with I say that with Esbart UK, who has just gone in for his pit stop. So he fell back to P4. He's now in P6 because he's been overtaken in the pit lane. I wonder if he used up too much of his tyres, and now he's going in to change them and to replace them, and maybe he'll be a bit more careful on them this time, because he does still have 20 laps remaining. It was a 27 plus 1 lap race, so they've only done 7 racing laps so far. Uneventful pit stop for him. Looks like he got everything done in due time. He is exiting in P17. So he'll be in front of Rick Grimes. No, he won't be in front of Rick Grimes because Rick Grimes is also pitting. So, lots of people pitting now. We'll have a look at Flying Cayman. So Flying Cayman, because he also made an early strategy call. That's Pamela right behind him, I believe. So Cayman now into P20. Only overtook one person in the pits this time. So that will be Rick Grimes that he just overtook. There's Rick Grimes still in the pit lane. Looks like he's got a bit of damage on that left rear quarter there. That might be why he's taken a while. If it's repairing the damage. There we go, I forgot the word for it. So he is out now in P23. That is last place, unfortunately for him. Silly Sausage, not taking to these cars as well as he does other things. He's a pretty quick driver, but yeah, not doing so good in this car. Still, looking clean though, good lines. So, we'll see how his consistency does. He might be another early strategy call. So, well, doesn't look to have worked out for him yet, but we'll see how it goes. So, up top of the field, Puff Pirate is still in the lead. He has been pretty dominant through this race. Once he overtook Esbart UK in about lap 2 or 3ish, he's just held the lead. After that, today, Manu, he has overtaken one of the orange and black cars. That is Cluck. Wow, Cluck. We last saw him in P3, and who is that? That is Colonel McCoy with the spin. And that is actually not Colonel McCoy, that's Colonel McCoy right there. They look like they're in the same team, Colonel McCoy and Night Tiger. I'm going to have a quick look through my notes here. Yep, they are actually in the same team. Night Tiger is the AM driver in this group, so he actually has a slower pace in terms of time trials than Colonel McCoy. And Night Tiger currently sitting in P4 as, well, definitely the highest positioned AM driver in the field right now. Can't really get a lot higher than that. Colonel McCoy right behind him though. I dare say there will be some cheeky team orders going on when they meet again. Who is behind him though? That is Miyagi, so the guest driver. Night Tiger looking very clean. That was a good line through Parabolica there. So, I mean, fair play to him. He's been doing 139s. His fastest is a 139.3. His last lap was 139.5 and another 139.5. So he's very, very consistent. So he definitely deserves to be there. Right, up in the lead, just going through... Is that Curva Grande? That's Curva Grande. Today, just starting Curva Grande now. He has Cluck right up his exhaust pipe. We'll keep an eye on him. Cluck's going to try and get that slipstream. He is going to today's left. Oh, a little bit of tweaking there. Braking now, braking hard. Manu clouts the curb. Today he clouts the curb. I'll get his name right one day. Looking good into Lesmo. Cluck will not have anything to attack him through there. You really need to be well alongside under braking if you want to make a move through Lesmo. And looking good out onto Sadaglio. However, Cluck is going to try and get alongside into Ascari. He's got the inside. He's got the overlap. So under braking, he's going to try and push past. Wow, he gets through in the straight and actually gets it done before the braking zone. So he will have used one of his curves boosts for that. Does seem to have worked out for him though. He's already got a big gap over today. So behind today, Night Tiger still. Colonel McCoy down the other side of the back straight. You see Night Tiger up the top there. Behind him is Miyagi. There he is. Behind him, Ramibu being chased by Battenberg. The Battenberg braking nice and hard as he can to try and keep that. But there will be a little bit of aero wash when he's that close, so he'll wash out just a little bit. Still not too far behind though. He might be able to think about making a move into the next chicane. Not this one, but the one after it. He'll try and get as close as he can under braking for this one. He's just going to set up and he's going to draft through Curva Grande. And then he's going to try and make that move to the left hand side on the straight while braking into this next chicane coming up. So he hasn't really got the exit out of that last chicane though, so I don't think he'll have the power under draft. Unless he uses a curves, but not really the right time for it. So he is just going to sit behind Ramibu there. Behind him, Potato John. Nice and stable, nice and easy. He'll probably be watching this battle between Battenberg and Ramibu, just in case any of them make a mistake. Quick check on the top. They're all looking good. Cluck and Manu have a near enough safe gap behind them. Down the field, let's check on our early strategy callers. So Pam now in 17th place. I mean, you know, he's not in 22nd anymore, so it's an improvement. He's still Cayman behind him. Wow, still Cayman behind him. Cayman, Flying Cayman, has been harassing poor Pam this entire race so far. Poor fella. Just chilling behind him, filling his mirrors. And Pam there with the slight mistake. Oh, he gets dragged in by the gravel. Pam takes him once, Cayman takes him once, and who is that other driver? That is Blue Monkey. Blue Monkey pushes past as well, while Pam makes that mistake on the exit of that chicane. So, yep, went wide under traction. Didn't really have the, was a bit too fast. And like we said, back in qualifying, you can get a bit overconfident through that corner. And if you put a wheel in the gravel, then it can drag you in, just like that. So Blue Monkey now, 18th place. He's, when we're in the monos, we'd expect to see him top 5. And he's another one of those drivers, doesn't seem to have taken to the prototypes quite as well. But we'll see. I mean, again, might have made an early strategy call. He is with the others that have done, so yeah, might be going for that undercut as well. Look up the middle of the field. S-Spot UK P13. How the mighty have fallen. What is S-Spot doing in P13? So, fastest driver in quali with that 135.8. And he's currently sitting in P13. Now, he has done a pit stop. So, credit where credit is due. He looks further back than he actually is. But we did see him fall back under direct racing conditions as well. So that yellow and black car behind him, that is Fubi. We'll see if Fubi has the pace to collect S-Spot, but I'd be inclined to doubt it. Espart's top time, he's running 1:38 at the moment, so 3 seconds slower. Yep, 3 seconds slower than his quali pace, so he'll be saving those tyres. But yeah, P13 for Espart. We'll see what he has to pull out of the bag for that. As I think we just saw a change for position there. Yep, today has just moved up back into 3rd place actually from... That's not from Cluck. That's Night Tiger. There we go. So Night Tiger got in front of today for a little bit, but Manu has taken it back. Tries to flick and fill the mirrors under braking there, Night Tiger, but doesn't really phase today that much. As we see Cluck going past, is that Miyagi? No, that is Stolnikas. And we see today breaking into Lesmo 2, being followed by Night Tiger and Colonel McCoy behind him. Or is it the other way around? No, it is Night Tiger and Colonel McCoy behind him. And Night Tiger has gone up the inside, so he'll have the inside under braking into Ascari. He's going to make that stick. Very, very difficult to overtake through the 2nd and 3rd parts of Ascari. And there we go. So today now down into 4th place once again. However, he gets the draft, and maybe that was a push to pass because that was quite a fast closure rate there. He gets the inside line into Parabolica, but Night Tiger is going to hold the outside, but he had too much speed going in. Just a little bit too much speed though, because he is going to use... I think he's used a push to pass going around the outside there, because he has just made that stick and put today back into 4th place. As we saw Colonel McCoy there in the background going into the pit. So Night Tiger has stayed out, braking very late into that chicane. Is he going to make that? Yeah, fair play to him. And Colonel McCoy has gone into the pit. So Colonel McCoy down in 9th place at the moment. He will be falling though. There he goes to 10th. We'll see what he exits in to see how that strategy for the others plays out. Now, Pam, Cayman and Monkey are sitting in 17th, 18th and 19th. Colonel McCoy has made a mid-race pit stop and it has put him into 12th. So that early strategy call from those either 2 or 3 has not worked out for them. As we see Colonel McCoy coming out into a battle immediately now between Relo in 12th, Fubi in 13th, and then him, Colonel McCoy, in 14th. And we'll see Colonel McCoy go to the left-hand side and try and get Fubi under braking. He is quite far back, but Fubi makes a mistake under braking. And Fubi falls back into 14th place. Colonel McCoy takes that corner and takes 13th place along with it. He's going to now go on the hunt for Relo. Will he get 2 overtakes in 1 lap? We shall see. He is just about close enough to start putting pressure on, but I wonder if he's got the pace to just outright overtake him straight off the bat. He is getting pretty close. He won't be able to do it under Ascari because he isn't close enough for the overlap there. However, he is going to set up. He's going to get him right behind him and he's going to stay there throughout all of Ascari. Okay, so there he is. He's going to try and get as good an exit as he can. He's going to try and move to the right-hand side for braking into Parabolica. That is quite a gap though. We'll see. He is closing. He's closing pretty quick. He's gonna move right. He's gonna move right. No, he isn't. Now he's going to try and get that exit speed because Colonel McCoy is on the hunt right now. He is wanting that 12th place from Relo. He's already very, very close. I think he's going to try and outbrake him into turn 1. As we see Battenberg P12 there coming out into the pits. Braking war into turn 1. Colonel McCoy actually doesn't win the braking war there. P9 is Manu. He's just done his pit stop, hence why he was looking a bit slow. And Colonel McCoy makes the move on Relo. So, Colonel McCoy and today in front of him, they are now racing. You know, there's no strategy, there's no mandatory pit stops or anything like that. There's still the curse boosts that they might have, might not have, we'll see. But Manu actually having some issues bouncing over that curb there as they go past Stolnikas. He's hopped off the curb there, gone into the gravel. Colonel McCoy right on the back of today. Today actually making a slight error, getting on the curb of Lesmo 1. Also gets on the cover of Lesmo too, but nowhere near badly enough. Doesn't hop around anywhere. Colonel McCoy still right on the back of Today. Today moves left. Colonel McCoy moves right. Very aggressive defence there. But Colonel McCoy moves around the outside of Ascari. He's going to make it done. Yes, he gets it done. Colonel McCoy P9 and Manu Today P10. So Today already has quite a gap to go to Colonel McCoy. He has speared out of Ascari. However, Today looks like he's just used a curves boost to try and close that gap. Not quite enough though, as there's still a good 3 or 4 car lengths between them. And it looks like Colonel McCoy might actually have the outright pace as they go past Night Tiger and Miyagi, making their pit stops. So, in case you are just joining us, this is the Revolution Cup Season 2 Race 2. We are at Autodromo Nazionale di Monza. We are currently on... I'll just get that for you now. Lap 17. Reading as 12 laps remaining. I'm your host, Hobbs. And we are driving the Caterham SP 300R prototype, as you can see. So Today does not look like he has any answers for Colonel McCoy's pace there. And it looks like Colonel McCoy is going to take and keep 6th. So, Cluck is now up in 1st place. However, Puff Pirate is far enough back. He's on the back straight right now. Cluck is on the front straight. So, I'm willing to bet Puff has done his pit stop and Cluck hasn't. So, Potato John stuck in the middle with them. He's just coming out of Parabolica now. That's Puff Pirate coming out of Parabolica as well. Behind him is Project PD doing the same. And behind him, Espart just coming into Parabolica. Espart definitely on pace, but he's not using that pace in this race. He's saving his tyres. So we're gonna wait until right into the end of the race to see if that pays off for him. After that, we do have Colonel McCoy that we just saw in that battle against Today. So, fair gap between them now. That's a fair old gap indeed. There's yep, Colonel McCoy has opened that by quite a fair bit. Today is now being attacked, well, is starting to get pressured from Miyagi, the 2 German drivers there. After that, Battenberg, oh, we'll see who this is. This is Flying Cayman and Blue Monkey on the left. Flying Cayman on the right hand side, breaking down into turn 1. Monkey is going to go around the outside. No, he's not. Blue Monkey is going to go down the escape road. So he will have gained a little bit of time for that, but we are going to see him give that back most likely. So Flying Cayman currently P12, Blue Monkey P11, except there we go. Blue Monkey just gave the place there to Blue Monkey. Blue Monkey gave the place to Flying Cayman because Blue Monkey did very much overshoot that chicane. So a bit further up in the field, Battenberg, he's looking pretty solid there in P9. And we'll actually look further down the field as well. So Geo VTech, the teammate to Puff Pirate, who is currently P3. Geo VTech currently P13. Now we did see him around P20, so he's definitely come back in from that and doing pretty well. So the field is 23 cars big. Half of that is Pro, half of that is AM, plus the 1 guest driver, that is Miyagi. So P13, as in the AM class, that's pretty good. He is coming up on, that's not Blue Monkey. That is, we'll find out in a sec, that is Stolnikas. So Geo VTech is moving for a lapping move on Stolnikas at the moment. He'll be just hoping to brake nice and late and just make that pass. There we go. Nice and safe. Nice and professional. Job done. So that's Pamela in the background. We'll have a look at him as the game automatically takes me to Manu. Really likes the day, this game. It really does. So, further down or further up. There's Pamela. Pamela's actually looking clear. There was something going on. Aha. So that is Blue Monkey behind, and I dare say that is a Flying Cayman in front. And there he is. So yeah, Flying Cayman in front, Blue Monkey in the rear. So Blue Monkey trying to get that toe at the moment. Doesn't really look like he has the pace to outright, well, attack him. However, he is still going to try. I mean, you know, can't blame him really. And yeah, doesn't have the pace to actually dominate him though. It's not the kind of pace that we saw, for example, with Colonel McCoy moving through. I've forgotten the first driver, but the second one was Reload. And Blue Monkey on the inside there through Parabolica. Cayman has to go wide and give him room to avoid contact. And it's looking very good for Blue Monkey there in the red and white car. But nope, Cayman actually keeps the pace around the outside. However, Blue Monkey is going to try and outbrake Flying Cayman into turn 1. Both brake very, very late for that corner. Oh, they just about make it. There's a little bit of a contact there. That's just from one guy getting on the throttle when the other guy wasn't. Nothing aggressive intended behind that. But Blue Monkey does get the pass made and puts Flying Cayman down into P12. Now, further up the field, Cluck's still in first. However, he is now going into his pit stop. So, we are now going to keep an eye on Cluck. And we're going to keep an eye on his position. So, while we're doing that, we'll go on board with Puff Pirate. And we'll keep this standing screen up now because we're going to have a look and see how far Cluck falls while he's doing his pit stop. So you can see the status in the top right hand corner there saying Cluck's in the pit box. Puff Pirate. There goes Potato John, by the way. So Puff Pirate has now moved up into first place. And Cluck has now down into fourth. He is now up into third. Oh, because he passed Potato John in the pit lane. Down to fourth again as he gets passed by S-Bar UK. Lots of stuff going on in the strategy at the moment. So Cluck down to fourth, but still very good. That was a pretty solid pit stop for him. And yeah, job done for him. So that will be with 8 laps remaining. Oh, a little bit of a slide there out of the first corner. Cold tyres, Cluck. Don't DNF on me now, fella. Cluck is known as Bad Luck Cluck because he does have a habit. Well, he has a higher DNF rate than anyone else in RSR because he just has the worst luck of all time. But for the moment, you know, I won't jinx him too much, but he's doing okay for now. So, the field, as we see it, is Puff Pirate in P1, being chased by Project PD in P2. Right behind him, we'll just keep an eye on through Ascari to make sure nothing extravagant happens, but it does look like Puff Pirate in P1 is, yeah, everything fine through there. Project PD is staved off for another corner. After that, S-Bot UK, just going through Ascari. Don't worry about him climbing the curb like something out of Everest. That was just a little bit of lag, nothing to worry about. P4, Cluck. We just saw him do his pit stop, and that has put him down to fourth place. Still, very respectable position, good on him. P5, Colonel McCoy. Again, Dark Knight, I keep saying it. But yeah, we've seen a lot from him, a lot of overtakes. He's been doing very well in this field. P6, today. And is that Miyagi behind him? Yes, it is. So there's Miyagi behind today, the 2 German drivers there. I mean, Puff Pirate's German as well, it's just that they're together. Not in that way. Anyway, P7, Miyagi. And then after that, Battenberg P8. Looks like he's been having a pretty calm race so far. And actually, just have a quick look at Miyagi again, because Miyagi is making a braking move on today, but doesn't get the overlap down to the apex. And so today it keeps it. However, Miyagi is going to try and get that exit onto Curva Grande. And it's looking pretty good for him, but today has forced him to the outside, making sure that he won't get any chance of overlap. Forcing him to go the long way round, but he is going to stay left. Manu tried to go defensive there, but didn't want to risk causing any contact. Good on him. And Miyagi stays in 7th place. Good racecraft shown by both of them. So, P8, as we said, Battenberg. After that, Night Tiger. So, Night Tiger P9, Colonel McCoy P5. So, the Pro Am has been switched once again. It was Night Tiger in P4, I believe was the highest we saw him, and then Colonel McCoy was behind him. But now a swap background, and Night Tiger, the AM driver in that team, is back down to 9th, while Colonel McCoy is in 5th. After that, Potato John, there he is, all looking good for him at the moment. Blue Monkey P11, and what do you want to bet Cameron's behind him? There he is, Flying Cayman right behind him. They've been looking at each other this whole race, him, Blue Monkey and Pamela. I wonder where Pamela is, because he is not in that field anymore. So there's Geoftech, as we see, going through Ascari. Not quite the best line through there, but there might have been a bit of lag involved. And there is Pamela, going, just exiting Ascari actually. So, yeah, quite a big gap between him and Geovitek. Mohamed El Gharoui, looking pretty good as well, breaking down into Parabolica. Nice light braking there. No conservation of energy going on there. And gets the apex as well. Very good line out of Parabolica, fair play to him. His top laps is 139.1. After him, Invincible. And he is being chased by, he's being lapped, so that might be Miyagi. Nope, that is Stol Nikas in P22. So Stol Nikas, if Stol Nikas does have the pace and catch up to him, then he will be unlapping himself. Oh, Stol Nikas with a very late braking there. Right up to Invincible's exhaust pipe. I dare say there was a slight intake of breath and outtake of feces there from Invincible. So, the game wants me to look at today again, so, you know, there today. He's in P6. Congratulations to him. The game likes to remind me of this fact, of course. And up above him is Puff Pirate and PD in P1 and 2. So they are all looking good. So, after Invincible, Silly Sausage, he is being attacked by Ramiboo. So Ramiboo trying to put his nose in on those apexes. And, well, he won't be going for a move down into Lesmos here, but we'll see if he tries to make a move into Ascari. So down through Lesmos 2 here, just a quick stab on the brakes. Try not to get too much of the car on the curbs. Nope, they've both done that absolutely perfectly. Ramiboo is trying to get that top speed down into the braking zone of Ascari. He wants to go left, he really wants to go left, but he doesn't. He has to go right because he was blocked off by Silly Sausage. He goes around the outside of Ascari, and he makes it stick. Cool. One of our real-life racing drivers, Ramiboo. I dare say he wouldn't be, maybe not quite as courageous to do that on the real Monza. I know I wouldn't. But Ramiboo up into P17 there from Silly Sausage. So, Relo, 19th. Looking good for him. Last time we saw him, he was getting monstered by Colonel McCoy, getting hunted like a rabbit. But he is looking to have a pretty calm and collected race at the moment. P20, Fubi. We've seen a lot of Fubi in various battles throughout the race so far. There's been a lot of different battles going on. P21, Rick Grimes. And P22, Stol Nikas. P23, Thomas Shikora, our only retirement. So, well, wonder what happened with him. He does have a lot of damage on that front end that you can see. Oh, and on every other end. So, yeah, probably crashed. Puff Pirate, P1. And Project PD, P2. Nothing happening there. They've all got their gaps, and it will be mostly down to tyre conservation and, you know, strategy, and where there's any of their Kurz energy going on, where there's any of that left. I wonder who we've got here though. This is Manu today being chased by Miyagi again. Miyagi goes left, Miyagi goes right, Miyagi stays right. Today's pushing him right, pushing him right, pushing him right. He has to go back onto the racing line. Miyagi's braking late, braking very late. Oh, just about got the apex. Today had to go wide there to let him through, and sure enough, today is pushed down into 7th place. Now behind him, is that Silly Sausage by any chance? No, that is Battenberg. Are Battenberg and Silly Sausage in the same team, or am I being a sausage? Oh no, yep, Sausage and Battenberg are in the same team, hence why I got their names mixed up, because they do have the same car. Today though, out onto the gravel, that will give him a very bad exit. And allow Battenberg to catch up to him. And allow Miyagi to get a bit of a gap on. Down to Lesmo. Good exit through Lesmo 2. Up the straight into Ascari once more. Battenberg is within drafting range. He's going right because today has blocked that inside path. We'll see if Battenberg can make that same outside move stick that we saw on Ramibu. No, he can't. He went in a little bit too quick and, well, couldn't make it stick basically. So today retains that 7th place. A little bit further down the field, Cayman and Pam. Got a fair distance between them, but those were our early pitters. They pitted very, very early. They were lap 2 at least. And, well, hasn't really worked out for them, I'm afraid. But still, no harm in trying. Up in the lead, Puff Pirate is pretty dominant for this race. And that will likely be Project PD behind him. So today still in 7th place, holding off Battenberg, and with Miyagi in front of him. I'm actually going to take a quick break with 3 laps remaining, and I shall see you guys shortly. Hello and welcome back. I'm sorry about that. It is a ridiculously hot British day, and well, I've been drinking too much. So today, up the right hand side of Battenberg there makes the pass stick. However, Battenberg going for the undercut. He's going to have to go to the outside all the way around Curva Grande there. We'll see if that works out for him. Yeah, it has done. Maybe he had a curves left over. We'll see. So Puff, the leader, is on lap 27 now. 27 of 28. It was a 27 lap race, but one of those was the formation lap, as said previously. So today now stuck behind Battenberg. I say stuck behind, well, he's went wide through Lesmo 2 and gets on the gravel and doesn't work out for him. He gets a bad exit and yeah, he is now too far from Battenberg to do anything productive. Behind him, Battenberg though. Battenberg makes a mistake through Ascari. Today makes a profit out of that. He has gone to the left hand side of Battenberg. He is actually trying to squeeze Battenberg just a little bit, but it hasn't worked out for him. Battenberg still had that corner exit speed. Oh, wow. I was drinking at the wrong time. Battenberg goes wide through Parabolica in the braking area. And, well, he went wide mid-corner though. Wow, I can't even make sense.